one is Kenneth Burma Company's Black Series Edition LLC. Well, we got one of those. Anyway, I told you before that a lot of the mixes that you have out here on the market need to be tested. They definitely need to be tested. They need to be tested against everyday household paints. All of them need to be tested, not just two individuals, but all of them have to be tested. You need to have test demonstrations done before the product was ever launched. That way, I don't know how in the world anyone's making up specification sheets if you don't have any tests on your products. I don't know how that even works. And for those of you who got the clever idea of thinking about making a product by scratch and not over the counter, well, guess what? You're going to have to show some kind of proof that that product has been tested and basically has approval to be sold to the consumers. Other than that, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. Anyway, let's talk about these screen paint mixes out here. Now, I've had a company under Digital Crystal Screen Paint. I got a history that goes back a mile long on making products before a lot of these people were actually on the market. And I told you before that I can make screen paint products off the top of my head because I've done so many versions of gray, it's not even funny. So many versions of gray, it's not even funny. This right here is one of the top mixtures that I see a lot of people doing when it comes to screen paints. Most people start with the gray paints. Bad idea. The gray paints are cloudy and they're dirty and they don't even sparkle that much. They don't even have enough pop in them. This is going to look amazing on your 4K projector. The reason why I can give you the ingredients for free is because we don't pose this is not a threat to our products. We actually have this here. We made it out of the newer product. Made it right out of the newer product. So basically, one of the products that we made out of the newer product, or not newer, or upgrade newer, put it that way, was made out of mica or extra fine silver that you can pick up at Lowe's. You want to get the silver, by the way, mixed with silver paint. This will give you a higher white level than gray. Gray does not produce a higher white level than silver. Silver actually produces a much higher white level. Now, the ingredients that I posted below, this will give you the ability to be able to go in and basically, I don't know if I'm just checking on something real quick, will allow you to just go in and basically decide how dark you want it. Black is the toner. Any kind of silver would do. You can use PPG, or PPG, any kind of silver. This is the silver I was using. I'm gonna grab mine. Now this is my silver. This is what I made. See all this right here? And this right here has, I see a little glitter in there right there. See that little glitter moving back and forth in there? That has silver mica. Or you can basically, if you can't find that, you can go to Lowe's and you can go pick yourself up some extra fine silver or glitter over at extra fine glitter over at Lowe's. This is the silver that I used to make my product right there. Now, this is actually better than gray, because I said before, gray doesn't really pull a really high white level. Actually, what pulls a high white level is silver pulls a much higher white level. But we put a disclaimer up there because I don't want people thinking at the end of the day that, hey, look, this is going to do the same thing as this product. No, that's not going to work. It's silver. Even the black paints, they try to make it match either, so it tells you right there. Let me get a fire stick. And we get battery pack for this. This will work just fine. Now, instead of you spending all this money for these products, again, as I said before, that again have no testing or anything underneath of them, you can just make a silver version, which is much better. It's much better than gray. On top of that, much more affordable. This one's at $25. over to Home Depot and see if they got the it's called PPG metallic paints. Any silver, doesn't make a difference. Any silver will work. Any silver. You're gonna get light silver. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in and use black as a toner. Black is always used as a toner. Majority of all gray screen paints have mica and silver in them anyway. There's no point in basically making the paint with gray and then you're gonna add silver to it. You're just doing too much. You're gonna make it clean and fast. So the best way to do it is to go in and just basically put in, oh, Amazon, I got another one by Diamond Bright. This is also a quart. This is $15 right here. This is aluminum paint. Should not be thin. 10 to 12 hours to dry each coat. That gotta be oil based. Dude, no, you don't want oil based. That's the last thing you want. I need to go put in, because anytime it allows you to 10, that much time, 10 to 12 hours, that's oil based. There's no way in the world water based would actually take that long. Water based Metallica silver paint. Here we go. This is gold base. You want the gold, you want the silver. Any one of these will work. I'm gonna go with that PPG Metallica silver. This is the company itself right here. It's not Home Depot. We're at the actual company. All right, here we go. They got it a gallon at 60 bucks. So what they charge for a gallon for their product, you get that for $60 for a gallon. And they got these in different tones too on top of that. I already just had them in one tone. Oh, you can just get it already with the dark gray attached to it. What the freak? Shoot, you don't even really have to do anything at all, period. This is literally the color you can use right here. This is even without the black paint in it. Which one is this one? This is even easier. I thought when I saw, I haven't been at Home Depot in a while. When I saw the PPG paints, they only came in two colors. They only came in light silver, and they came in gold. That was it. But these are actually darker tones. You don't even have to add any black paint to this. What if they got a black version of this we can test out against their product? Is there a black version of this? Also, I got M&M. Modern Masters are actually much better too. Much better silver. Is there a black version of this we can test against our products? No? Gee, but that sucks. But this right here, with this stuff right here is really toxic. I've used this. It's not toxic, it's pungent. It's really pungent. If you're doing 100, a big screen with this stuff, it can become pungent. This stuff right here. Let me see. Yeah, that's definitely a perfect shade. You would literally have to go in, and you would not have to go in and add any black paint to this. This is already toned already. Look at that right there. Man, that is interesting. Ooh. All right, I don't want to go off the balance here because there's so many different ways, like I said, we can make an advancement of gray paint. But I want to keep this on an easy level. Definitely want to keep this on an easy level. So you get this at $25 a quart. You would just need, I wouldn't even buy a quart of black paint. Just get the sample. Sample's like $6 is all you're going to pay for black. Just get a sample for $6. With this, go to Lowe's and get extra fine glitter. Lowe's extra fine glitter. Here we go. This is what it's called right here. This is what you want. This is the other product you need right here. That's it. That's how you make a screen paint better than gray. Because we actually had to make products that were actually better than the gray version paints we're making to be to keep up with the better products. And this is actually one of them, how we made it. So pretty much you can use a half and half, but using a half and half, it does take away from the silver. But if you just use the extra fine paint crystals we have here, this right here, and this, you can get this at Lowe's for around $7. Yeah, about $7.96. Let me get a calculator and add this up. Let's see how much all this would cost. All right, so the glitter would be around $7, 7.96. 96. All right, and the paint itself here would be about $25. 25, just make it 26 and tell you the truth. $26. And then the black, you can get that base as a sample. Sample Black Dynasty paint, Home Depot. So all you need is black. That's basically about it. For the toner, that's around plus that's $6 and let me see, $6.48. 48 cents. So altogether, $40.44 to make a quart. When these guys want $60, and this stuff will blow any gray paint clean out of the water with no problem whatsoever, easily. You know why? Because the base is silver. That's why. Produces a much higher, better color pop. Produces much better. The contrast is controlled by tone. So your contrast is going to be between 1 and 4 scoops of paint. You're going to go over here. You can get 4 teaspoons out of that easy. So that's all going $6.49. You buy your high fluorescent glitter. You get this over at Lowe's. You get this for around $7.96. As for your silver base, you can pick up your silver base right over here at Home Depot. The PPG, easy, very, very easy. $25.95. Actually, it'll cost you $6. Sorry, not $6. $26 because again the 98 on $26. So altogether, what's going to happen is you got 2 ways you can make this. You can make it without the black, which will give you this right here. This is the high silver we got right here. You can make it with some black to it. You get different shades out of it. We get different shades here you can make. There's several different ways you can do it. And this will cost you less than their product at the end of the day. Far less. And again, for those of you sit there and say, well, all you do is make black paint. How do you know about this? I know about this because, again, as I said before, I was around long before they would. You can go back to my old company, Digital Crystal Screen Paint. We made all this stuff already. We made it from silver to dark, you name it, we made it, we done it. So we know exactly how all this stuff is made. Come on, you're talking about the same person who took the same fake Nor nonsense and made 3 screen paints out of it. That fast, that quick. And they didn't even know how to do it. Here, the ingredients are standing right in the face, and they didn't even know how to transfer that into silver because they don't know what they're doing. Water is not needed. Water, all water does is just expand the product. Poly, just expand the product. That's all it does. You don't put poly into it to make it weatherproof. It's already weatherproof. They said if it's outdoor exterior, then basically guess what? Actually, exterior, interior, whatever. But anyway, if it's outdoor, it's already weatherproof from the door. This is all you use right here. Don't put gray paint into it. When you put gray paint into it, it makes it dirty. That's what it does when you put gray paint into it. Start with your base being silver. Put your black in for your toner. You buy your crystal, and that's it. Crystal is going to help the silver pop even higher. That's it. And for your gray makers who make these fake screen paint products, you're welcome, because you probably try to make it and sell it, but you can't sell it because, again, I put the ingredients at the below for free. So that's been canceled. At the end of the day, I can look at your products and I can tell how they're made. Every last one of them. We can tell how your products are made. Just like I sat there and popped the top of that Network Gray 773 and told you it was going to match. Was I right? Yes, I was. I told you. I've done this too many times, man. This is my old company in the Digital One. This is 8 years back. We made all that stuff. All that stuff y'all got on your walls, we made all that stuff already. Silver paints did that. All that. Man, y'all don't got, at the end of the day, your products are easy to make. I can make better screen paints and give them out for free that we could beat at the end of the day, but y'all can't. And if y'all want, y'all can make the ingredients. It's right there. So all that stuff you're buying now, these great products, again, if they can't show tests showing a difference between their products, at the end of the day, well, you know, it is what it is. You can make our free grade mixes. We call them mixes. Our free grade mixes. Or basically, you can buy them. Either way, at the end of the day, come up cheaper with ours. Oh, there's my screen behind me right now. Where's my surface at? I just had it 5 minutes ago in my hand, literally. I put it down here. These are the different tones you're going to receive. This is if you make it a little bit darker. See the glitter we have in there. And this, if you put less into it, that's what's going to happen. So that's why I put the disclaimer in there. If you decide that you want to take the silver and put a whole bunch of black paint into it to compete with our stuff, it ain't gonna happen. Because what's gonna happen, you're gonna come up with really dark gray. You have to take the silver out completely, and then you're still gonna have a surface at the end of the day that's gonna come up so dark it ain't gonna register. So that shows you right there my history under digital and crystal screen paints. Right there. There's my handle right there. Under Digital One Crystal Screen Paints. What's that date say? 10 years ago. 10 years ago. That's literally how old your products are. So if I tell you at the end of the day that silver mixtures are higher and much better than gray, they are. That comes from doing a lot of experimenting. So if you're going to make yourself a gray mix, don't pay for it. There is so many different people out there that make these gray mixes, it's not even funny. That's why you got to do these tests. We've done blacks. That's why I said we do these tests called black versus black. We do all these tests already. So we can show at the end of the day, we don't match no over-the-counters. We don't match anything. That's why those tests are very important. That's why we ask customers at the end of the day, make sure you request these tests. And for anyone who wants to sit there and come up to me and say, well, you know, you don't know much about gray paint, please. You see the date on that video? Did you know me back then? Or you didn't know me back then? Then how are you going to tell me about something when it comes to gray paint? I was making your stuff sitting on your wall before you knew what it was. We did everything when you talk about gray paint. It's nothing. Now people say, well, it doesn't have the same image. It doesn't have the same image because it's not using a P2 4K projector. You know what you just bought at the end of the day? You bought old relic screen paint that's been around forever, that everybody has made under the face of the sun. But back then, we didn't have that high-tech equipment. We had the best projector we had back then was 1080p. That's it. This product, we did the same thing. It was hit with a 4K. The exact same thing. The only difference now, you still have the same old paint. You just have a more advanced projector now. That's what you're seeing. That's why one of the things we did when we finally got some of those products up here is we tested them against the Digital One. And they came up looking exactly like the paint we had from 10 years back. Years ago. Look at the color of the paint. Everything you got on your walls right now is old. Been there, done that. There's another YouTuber gave out free paint. Does the same thing too. Basic, all screen paints are two things. Either they're not gray and they have to be made by scratch. This is before gray tones came out. You had to make them from scratch. So it's just black and white paint, silver and mica. That's it. That's how they're all designed. Now, what put us on the map was the fact while everybody was doing demonstrations in the dark, we did demonstrations in a lit. Now, I say well-lit environment, it was a lit environment because back then everybody was sitting in the dark doing demonstrations. We just had one light bulb in the corner, and back then that was considered to be something big. Now, no, that's not something big, it's a failure. Now this right here is considered to be something big back then, because you couldn't do that back then at all. See, just to have that little bit of light right there, that was considered to be a big thing back then. Now, no, it's not a big thing. Are you kidding me? With the projectors we have now, there's no way in the world you'd be sitting in an environment. This is considered to be dark now to us. But this is how it was back then. Find out where they're at. I'm really surprised you're still there. If they are still there. Let's see. Europe.
According to ADLES, the EU member states are Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Ireland, Italy,
that was the country
Latvia,
right there.
Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, the Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia.
So basically, under a 10-year contract, they were from Europe. They were from Hungary. So basically, his name was a guy filled cool. His name Laszlo. So basically, under our contract, under 10 years, all those countries were actually locked under our contract. It was an overseas contract. This is why when I tell you at the end of the day, when you naysayers come out here running your mouths because you don't know anything at all, period. But saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. You don't know jack. I was actually in this business again, and I actually worked with these people. These people were overseas, and in order for you to be to ship a product overseas through customs, you have to have certain requirements on your products, or it does not pass. That means the contract would have been eliminated from the door because we couldn't basically provide information to satisfy customs to get the item over there. This is why you're seeing all these pictures. It's not here in the United States. They're actually overseas. So this right here is the company under Digital One Crystal. This is the other company here. Right here, the logo, Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. This is all our technology right here, overseas being displayed. Yeah. Now, when I tell you at the end of the day, when we tell you how to make free great screen paint products, you can't sit there and say, oh, you don't have any experience. I have more experience than you guys have at the end of the day, far beyond your experience. Where's your demonstrations of companies basically taking your product and posting it overseas? Oh, you don't have any. Yeah, because your product wasn't working at the end of the day. Well, actually, you weren't even there to begin with. If Jamie and Danny were around this era in here, they might have gotten one of these contracts. Might have gotten one of these contracts. But the reason why we got a contract, you notice all the demonstrations have lights in the environment. Not a lot of light, but still lights, because we were showing demonstrations of the product functioning in well-lit environments. And that's the reason why they gave us the contract. That's how we got it. Yes, that was one of the representatives that was actually representing our products for us on the Digital Crystal Screen Paint. So when I tell you that I've made this product on every level you can possibly think of, been there, done that. Remember the guy I showed you under Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, the guy Zone 708? Boom, there he is right there. Your gray products alone don't have any weight to them. I didn't have to have your product over there to say that you're going to match network gray. I just popped the top and looked at it and knew you were going to match it, and you matched it. So if I tell you that the silver product, hey, heck, it's up to you. Go buy that gray mess at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, anyone who has the Cinemax, guess what? I can go buy network gray 773 and I can basically match your product at the end of the day without spending all the money. That's why nobody wanted to mention anything. But yeah, we've done it already. There's my screen displayed here. There's my screen displayed here. Here's right here, basically. Another, they're doing a conference room display for the product. There is basically, I think this is something Monocrete. His name is something Monocrete. But yeah, Digital One 3.7 blue outside. These are them having a, whatchamacallit right here, they're having a party, and but also too advertising and showing off the technology. These are all backers in here. Oh buddy, I had backers when I was on the Digital and Crystal Screen Paint, buddy. Your stuff is trash at the end of the day. That's what it is, because again, you still can't get the credibility that I got from mine. I can put out 20 different versions of gray screen paint, and I guarantee that you won't put any of them on your YouTube channel, and you won't basically do it side by side. I guarantee you. So if you won't do it, then your customers can make the free mixes we're putting out. There we go. There they are, sitting right there toasting. Our investors right there. Because you can't make, Jamie, look, you can't make nothing new. You're stuck. You can't make jack new. You know what makes me dangerous at the end of the day? I can drop an entire product line and rebuild an entire new one with testing all attached to every single one. Can you do that? Can you knock out an entire product line and show testing? I'm talking about certified testing, certified screens, indoor, outdoor screens, ultra short throws, the whole 9 yards. No, you can't do that. You can't even test on your own products at the end of the day. You have to show that you can back your products up. What made me dangerous to them is that they literally thought at the end of the day that they had my product 100% and they were going to do whatever they wanted to do with it and I couldn't do nothing about it. I sat there and gave everybody the same speech. Why do you fight for the crumbs below when it's a 4-course meal over top? Which explains that the stuff that we're giving you now is nothing. It's crumbs. If you stick with us and we can trust you and we work together, we can design technology you have never seen before. That's the 4-course meal over top. But they're so busy down there fighting over those little crumbs that they miss out on the technology to come. See this company right here? If they didn't fight over those crumbs, they would have the advancement technologies that we have now in black technology. They can't get this now because, again, they fought over the crumbs. Sat there and had that speech right there sitting at that table, and they sat there and smiled. They were kind of puzzled about it. So you really thought at the end of the day that you could take something from me and I'm going to let it basically slide? Or I'm going to basically say that's all I have? No, man. I came in with a company called Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, developed a black technology, had beta testers underneath of it, crushed the very product that I developed and designed, destroyed that company, built another one from the ground up, and basically their product was worth nothing because everybody wanted the dark technology. Even when they took me to court and tried to say they had ownership over that, no, in the contract was under Digital One, wasn't under Kenneth Bird. You don't have rights over me. Only that company, and therefore we have to win the lawsuit and turn around, crush the company, and move forward. Can you do that? I can. One of the things that terrifies some companies about doing business with me is the fact that I can wipe out an entire product line and come up with something completely new. That's what terrifies them. But if you do things by the book and do things right, then we don't have to do that kind of stuff at the end of the day. And they learned the hard way. All the money, everything they invested, gone. They lost tons of money in the process. And for anyone to sit there and say, oh, but you did them. No, I didn't do them dirty. They tried to take my company from me. I defended my company. I did what I was designed to do. I actually destroyed my company, built another one. And had all the beta testers do tests against the new product versus their product or my product. And after they got done with the test, nobody wanted to touch it. I can obsolete my own stuff if I want to and rebuild. And they learned the hard way. And these people contacted me many years back. Many years back, they contacted me. Just blocked their number. We're done. Yeah, I had even keychains and all kinds of these are the conference meetings. When you talk about, oh, where's your backers? Where are your backers at? Where are yours at? I'm talking about Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Where are your backers at? Show me your backers on your great products. Your products are nothing. It's dinosaur paint. It's old. Anybody can make it. Now today, anybody can make that stuff. There's nothing special about it. Unless you can show me something really special about that product. Other than that, there's nothing special about it. It's the same stuff we made back then. The only difference is things back then, we usually got more glorified for it because, again, people were going against Goose Screen. And you had something cheaper than Goose Screen, and if it worked correctly, then people would buy it and invest money into it. And this is what happened to us. These are our ink pens right there. So if you ever want to get there, people who make these great products and you want to get mad at me because I give these away for free, and you want to get mad at me and you want to challenge my credibility, I'll show you this right here, and I'll show you my videos that go back 8 to 10 years back and show you the very same product you're bragging about. We've been there and done it already. As I sit there and said, I can make your whole entire product line and give it away for free. Oh, can you do mine? Oh, you tried that already. You failed twice in a row. Actually, 3 times in a row. Let's put it that way. 3 times. We're black, not gray. And the one who did make it black, oh yeah, we crushed the daylights out of that fake Noor nonsense. And on top of that, got 3 screen paints out of it. So no, this is a new technology that popped up. So we were actually going onto the site and we were posting the new technology just to throw it in their face and let them know, like, look, you know, you guys try to rob me at the end of the day. You're not going to get away with this. This is the new technology. I'm obsoleting you. And they thought we was joking. When I said on the phone, I said, yeah, I'm going to obsolete your product. Oh, that's all you got. You can't, you know, that's all you got. Yeah, okay, let's play that game. All right, spin the wheel. And we posted all these up. Beta testers were posting everything up, and that was it. That's all it took. Yeah, they had VR glasses setting up for us. See all the blank spots? See the videos we're pulling off the site. There's June, my other vice president, right there. Beta tester on the product. Yeah, they pulled their videos right off the site. That's why I said you got to read through contracts. And I didn't read through the contract. You know what I mean? I was so happy, and people came down, gave me this 10-year contract. You know what I mean? Tossed a whole bunch of money in my face and everything. And this is my first time making a gray screen paint product. And I got all happy about it, reading through it. I thought I could trust these people at the end of the day. And surprisingly, no, I couldn't trust them at all, period. They had a whole different mindset on what they were going to do to my products. They were going to actually eliminate me out of my own product and take it from me. Well, you got the wrong person at the end of the day, and they found out the hard way. You had the wrong person. Very well written product. Now today we look at that and we go, yeah, right, and we crush that easy now. But yeah, because that paint could maintain that environment. Like I said, you know, in that particular time, that was considered to be good. Now I look at that and I go, you know, that was my old products we made back in the day. You know, we do much better than that now. And this is the reason why, to this day, I do not do businesses with companies. Because I'd rather do business with a mom and pop store, a small business at the end of the day, before I go near a company. Because I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson from that experience why I won't touch a company, why I won't go near them. Because them jokers will smile right in your face and then try to take your stuff right from you. Never, ever sign your contract with your name on it. Never. Put your company's name up there. I put my if you have the ability to change out. We do. We can change out. I don't know, man. I really can't say at the end of the day, because you don't have the ability to take your company, to destroy a company and build a new one, then you're going to have a problem there, because again, they could have your last and only. They didn't have our last and only. I can't say that's going to work for you. It worked for us to put the company's name and not my name. If I put my name, they'd have had ownership to everything we ever developed. They'd have had rights to it. We even had a UV glow-in-the-dark paint. I think I still got videos of that. We made a paint, UV paint. I told you, we made everything you could possibly think of. Because they were just asking, like, what else you got? What can you make? What can you make? And I didn't realize the reason why they were asking us to make all this stuff is because they were trying to get everything we had in the end. Look, there's my screen right there. That's my screen in my old room, my rented room. And that's on a 720p NEC 2000 lumen projector. That's on a 1080p projector. It's the first time I saw my screen panel, 1080p. We have 4K projectors. Now you're probably wondering how they got away with this. This is Rennie 1010. They had money, which means they can contact these companies at the end of the day and say, look, we're going to basically use this, this, and this, and we'll pay you some royalties, some money out. That's what they did. Because I asked them at the end of the day, how the freak did you obtain that picture right there? Because, again, that's involving somebody else's, work at the end of the day. How did y'all get that? Hold on a minute. Wow, battery's down on my phone. I was like, how did you get that? Because I started questioning things like, I'm trying to get, my name is on this contract. You have to understand. If my name's on this contract and these guys do something wrong, it gets pulled into that, right? I do at the end of the day because I'm a part of that. I'm on the contract on that. Gotta get the battery real fast. So I did ask questions when I first saw that. I was like, wait a minute. That's from Rennie 1010. How the heck did we were able to obtain that and And this is why I started learning about their business too, like what they were doing, how they're obtaining a lot of stuff that, again, this stuff can get you in trouble. Just picture a freaking Iron Man, and one of the pictures right there, like, all right, so how are you doing this? How are you able to do this? And the guy's like, oh, we just write to these companies. Or always write to the companies, or explain to them that we're going to be using some of their artwork, and they ask for royalties. As they ask for it, they want a percentage of, and that's what they're saying at what will come out of the contract sometimes, or why my pay might be a little bit low, or whatever, involving the contract, so we're all working together as one team. Oh, man, I tell you, can't get a battery in this place to save my soul. Let's put you in here. We get some juice here, we get some juice here. All right. So yeah, I was asking questions like, how are you guys doing this? Because again, this is all licensed material. This is Remington 10. And basically what they would do is contact the company. If they said no, they couldn't do it, then it couldn't be up there. But they were able to sway them and pay them a little bit of money, and that's what we were able to do it. Because we got over here, we got pictures of Iron Man right there. That's my screen paint right there. So look, by the end of the day, look, I don't know how, naysayers, and I'm not trying to be rude here. Every time you come here, you always get something to fuss and cry about, always. We could be showing you something that's, you're gonna say, oh, but there's no rules. How do you weren't there, all right? You were never even heard of, you weren't there. Didn't exist at all. Screen paint you have on your wall has been made a dozen times. It's not by me, by other YouTubers have made your product. There's nothing new about your product at all. What you have at the end of the day is just house paint. That's what you have. Unless the person who's making the product can show a difference between his product and everyday house paint, that's the only way you'll know if you have the real deal. That's it. That's what it comes down to. But until then, those products down there, guess what? I can post those products, because all that stuff that I talk about how to make screen paints, at the end of the day, if it's so fake, then how come the very people who we asked them to make these products don't do it? Didn't they just come up here and say a couple of days ago that how my products were made? Did they not say that? What did I do? Did I sit here and whine and cry in a chat room like you're doing right now? Did I come in here and do that? No, I did not. You know what I did? I went on there, I made the products better, and blew the products out of the water. Then you guys came in there and you cried and whined about that. Now, I got an ingredients posted below. How about you take that ingredients and you put that against your product? Because everybody else is going to make it. I got another one going to be adding down there called Easy Mix Network Gray 773. It's an advanced version of it. What are you going to say about that? When you put it, look, man, that's the end of it. Stop arguing, stop whining and crying before I ban you from the room, because I'm tired of hearing you cry. Every time I open up these rooms, you guys are always in here crying. You know what he should do? He should basically, with his screen paint, he should give you guys a free box of Kleenex. That's what come with it. So you guys can sit there and cry about how you got a house paint sitting on your wall that you got robbed at the end of the day. Because you deserve it anyway, because you asked for the abuse. Bottom line is, this is what it comes up to. I was making that screen paint, boom, before you guys ever existed, before he existed, and it shows you the level of where my product was at the end of the day compared to his. So any ingredients I put up has weight behind it. Well, that's the way it is. Guess what? You can cry about it all day, but I'm guarantee your customers are not going to cry about it. Let's stop crying. Man, I'm going to get you out of my room. Always in here crying about something. My goodness. Big old crybaby. Hey, go fix your teeth. Get out of here. I don't know whether freaking talk to you or kick a field goal. Yeah, get on out of here, boy. That's the problem with y'all. Always crying about something. Always crying about something. Because somebody shows people how to make free screen paint products. Because somebody can go back to their history 8 and 10 years back and say, look, this is how it's made. This is how it's designed. It ain't being about being triggered. It has nothing to do about being triggered. That's showing people at the end of the day that they're getting ripped off and getting robbed. Unless you can come out here and show me something different, that your product does something different than any other screen paint mix, than any other household off-the-shelf product, then that's what your product is. How are you sitting there crying at the end of the day? You sat there and matched house paint. This is the biggest crier on the planet. sits here and clearly matches house paint and still in the room crying about, oh, I'm not a scammer, I don't steal from people. Dude, what is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Just something wrong with you. You're threatened because we're going out and we're showing people how to make products. That's what you're threatened about. That's what you're scared about. If I was so threatened by your product, Jamie, at the end of the day, why would I be giving out free products on how to make them? If I was so threatened by your great mixes, why would I be showing people how to make better products? I ain't threatened by your product. Your product's a joke. It's old. It's about as old. You got dinosaur paint, man. Then make the ingredients. Make the ingredients that got posted below right now. Make it. Matter of fact, make the entire list of ingredients that I just posted on how your products are made. Again, yeah, you got dinosaur paint. Look, let me show you people right here. See right here? That's the glitter that you buy. Get it at Lowe's. This is what you're purchasing right here. $7.96. Over here, this is what you want to go with. The PPG. The stuff he showed you in the video, he was actually showing you what was going into his paint. That's what he was using. This stuff is in his paint. You don't even have to use it. There's several different versions of silver that you can use, that you don't have to use that at the end of the day. You can use so many different versions. So here's another one right there. You can use, that's also two silver right there. 32 ounces for $25.95, right? And then what you do is you go over to Home Depot and you pick up some of that Black Dynasty Bear paint. That's all you need. You only need $6.48 because you're just putting in tablespoons. As I told you before, the paint is the adjuster. Adjust on how dark or how light you want it. That's all that's used for. Water, that's phony baloney. You don't need to put no water in no product. Jamie, let me tell you something. You telling people you put water in acrylic to make it spread better? Stop lying. Cut it out. Because if that's the case, it means you would see water and anytime somebody ordered paint from you. As a matter of fact, anytime you buy acrylic paint, you would have a trace of water in it, and there's no water in it. Gee whiz, these guys come up with these dumb ideas. So the silver is actually better than gray. It's much better than gray. It actually produces a higher white level, much more brighter image. And you can tone it basically by 1 to 4 and tablespoons of flat black paint. The extra fine glitter, you can pick that up at Home Depot, Lowe's, and that's it. It'll cost you around about $44, somewhere in that price. That's basically about it. You know, I'm gonna tell you something what happened to Jane, why you don't understand things, how things work. When you call yourself mixing the paint the first time, right? And you